Hi, everybody. I'm CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana, downtown, and across from downtown is the beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana, across the Red River, And come check us out. It's Friday evening, a little early for the crowds to be out. It's about 9:30, but I wanted to take a walk. It's a little cool. Uh, just say. But yeah, I'm just walking around in a t-shirt and everything, but it's still a little cool. I'm also drinking a cold soda too. So, um, it's a health walk. So it's confession time. I should have known better, and I think this is maybe the universe giving me kind of a support, sometimes when I uh, need it. I went with my dear friend Lucy. Some of you have seen me post. We stopped by a Waffle House, and I was going to get a hash brown bowl with eggs and sausage and cheese and everything. And when she brought it to me, and I took the first bite that had a piece of sausage in it, it was like, wow, there's something really off about this sausage. It's a little wangy and bittery and little toxic flavorish or whatever. It did not taste like it normally tastes. I've been to this Waffle House a zillion times, and I know that's not their normal performance. I'm not going to talk about which Waffle House it is, because it doesn't deserve that kind of bad press, because they're normally wonderful. But it was just, oh my God. It was rancid. Almost like a freezer burn kind of rancid kind of thing. And when you have a sensitive palate like I do, you can't eat something like that. You're like, ugh. It was bad. It could be just that maybe one corner of a sausage that got, I'm wearing these shoes that trip me up. Could be that corner of a sausage that maybe was exposed with the freezer, and they go in and out of the freezer to pull the sausage out. Maybe it set out, and maybe they put it back in, and over the course it did get freezer burn or something, but that sausage was not good. Lucy said hers was fine. Of course, hers was covered in gravy, but But anyway, let me set this phone down and tie my shoe. I just tripped over it. The shoestrings on my little, my little shoes, my high tops or whatever, they're kind of, they're long and they'll get tangled up if I don't like double knot them or something. So. But check out how beautiful this night is, right? Beautiful night. So my hair is a little frizzy. I need to put some product on it. My friends that I hang out with, that I go to the gym with, Mike, he's been out of town. And he'll be back in a couple of days, and I'll be back at the gym next week. Definitely looking forward to that. But so yeah, I wasn't able to eat that hash brown bowl, because once that flavor is in my mouth, it's like ugh. And it's like, if it's a strong something that's not there, that then it really kind of what happens is that because it's a pork sausage, you can't eat. If you're just really uncertain about pork, you don't eat it, period. No harm, no foul. And our regular server was like, she's so sweet and everything. She's like, that's okay. And I'm like, don't worry, we'll be back. We're here all the time. I do need to eat less Waffle House. But my last diet break, I started with the Waffle House. So, anyway. I just think that's a bonus. I think that happened because it's like, you know what? Get your ass back on your keto diet and stay there for a little bit. So, meaning that I've had, what I had today? some leftover chicken. Let me swap sides. I had some leftover chicken strips, you know, the one that I did the little review on or something like that. No condiments, no dip, no added flavor, just the little popcorn chicken or chicken nuggets, whatever, the way that it came out of the bag and heated up. I just ate that. And the less condiments you use, the bigger appetite that you can have and everything. But so anyway, I got about a fork full of hash browns with some sausage, and so yeah, I'm still keto active. You know, I took a break the day before yesterday and made spaghetti and ate on that pot of spaghetti as a side dish because my body needed it. And what I've got to work with, and I really want to stick with this, is have my diet break that one day and then get back on the keto the next day. I need to get into the habit of not stretching out those breaks so that those breaks take up half the week. You know, little self-accountability. When you live alone, you know, sometimes you have to be accountable for yourself. It's not like I live with someone and they're like, well, sure is a lot of dipping sauce on that plate, you know, or something, you know. So sometimes you got to take care of self, and that means sticking to your guns by yourself for the sake of yourself. But I'm also taking a health walk because my buddy's been out of town. I missed the gym this week. Very energetic. I've stayed active. But check this out. And yeah, Saturday would have been about a week. I had the hash brown, had the Waffle House or something, whatever, and that was after we went to a friend's memorial. And then I think shortly after that is when I had the spaghetti in the sauce that I made. So, you know, it's really, let's just get back into it. The keto. Sometimes you got to do it. You got to talk yourself into it. You know, you got to meditate upon the right thing to do that's better for yourself rather than meditate upon the thing that you think that you're missing. Does that make any sense to anybody? Well, let me tell you, it's like this. I should meditate on the deliciousness of a keto-friendly food that I'm going to have, even if it's encrusted or something like that. I might make chicken wings or something like that, you know. Or I might eat a piece of lean chicken with just a little bit of gravy or something like that. But not have the pasta on the side of it, because that would be entirely keto friendly, whatever. But the thing is to meditate on the blessing of the right thing and the benefits of it and the reward that you get for sticking to your goal, your fitness goal and your dietary goal, the reward that you get. And I'm going to be on the beach at the end of next month in Florida, and so I do want to look better. So I'm going to be doing as much as I can to really, really get physical with it. That means also more sit-ups at the house. I do a lot of working out, and I do a lot of crunches with weights and everything like that. Mike and I usually get to the gym on our own about 2 times a week, sometimes 3. And I really hyper-focus on the areas that I really want to improve upon. So I feel like that's a goal that I'm going to meet. And I have no specific goal other than to do the best that I can between now and then. And then, of course, when I am on the boat, anywhere from 18 to 21 days, if I can manage to scrape up for this final 3-day part of the cruise, which actually would be the beginning. I would arrive in Miami on the 19th, and then if I could pay for this part of the cruise, I could be on the boat by the 20th. And then, so it would be a solid 3 weeks at that point. 3 weeks. But the benefit of being on the boat is that, yes, I can enjoy some good meals, but in between the time that I spend in the pool and on the decks and enjoying it, it's basically, the gym is pretty much at my disposal. Not that many people use the gym equipment on the boats because they're busy partying and stuff like that. And I can party and go to shows at night and everything. When I took the cruise that I took a few months ago with my friend Jay, we thought that we had to pay extra for the gym. It turns out we pay extra for the spa, and if we want to take classes with the gym, we pay extra. But just to go in and use some workout equipment, you don't have to do that. You don't have to pay extra for that. And I don't even think the sauna costs to go in the sauna. I don't think it does. But if it does, that's cool. I don't have to worry about that. I can be in water. So, but yeah, thinking about the good things. Okay, I was walking by another pedestrian, and I didn't want to accidentally capture him on camera or something. I try to be careful of people's spaces. So I'm doing okay. I'm noticing more definition. I'm not getting bigger, but I am noticing more definition. I had some briefs for the pool that came in the mail, and I tried them on, and turns out I thought that I was going to be challenged by them, confronted by the way I looked at them in some kind of way, but it turns out no. The work I've been doing, I look pretty all right with them. They're a little bit more. I'm usually a trunk guy, but I'm going to be in the Miami, and I sell briefs. I went with swimming briefs, and I ordered a pair, and I did decide to order a second pair. And the second pair that I ordered, I decided to order one more size up just in case. By the time I leave, I will have expanded, but I don't think I will. I think I will basically, I mean, they're both so well-fitting. This one fit perfectly. The next one's going to fit just a little bit more perfect, you know, if that makes any kind of sense. And it's not like, I'm not doing that whole, like, I've seen people on the Carnival cruise the last time we went. There was like a man in his 70s. Do you make yourself happy? But this man was basically wearing a teabag thong. It wasn't like a shoestring thong, but it was, you know, it was, yeah. It was definitely a banana hammock with some cheeks to the wind, but I'm not going that extreme with it. I'm taking for the black pair that I had, the bikini, the black pair. I'm taking and it's not high end, they're briefs. I'm taking a black wrap that I can use as a sarong. For the blue pair, I know that Carnival has their signature blue towel. It's a large, huge towel that you can use and exchange for fresh towels all the way on the boat and everything like that. So I can wrap up in that when I'm going to and from. And it's going to be fun, you know. And, you know, it's going to be an adventure. The only thing I have to do is basically, I have a couple of little personal business to take care of, but the cruises are taken care of. The cruises, pretty much, they're paid for. There's one little bit of a cruise maybe that I want to take. If it's still available at the beginning of February, then I'll sign up and take it. If not, that's cool because I certainly do have enough funds to enjoy myself for a couple of days on the beach until it's time to go to the cruise. So. But that's cool. I didn't want to catch these people. But the camera is facing me instead of out, so that's kind of cool. That's why you're looking at me instead of as I'm walking. But there's a lot of fun stuff. I'm getting to the fun area. But I'm not going to do any kind of I don't do any casinos or anything like that for the most part. And if I did, I would not be able to have afforded really to scrape up for this cruise. And okay, but that's my goal. Having a reason for being your best physical self can help you in your physical goals. You know, the best reason to do something of some sort of self-improvement is a goal that you set for yourself. You want to do it for yourself. If you want to diet, do it for yourself. Do it in a very educated way. When I first started keto, this was a few years ago, I was out running errands with my sister. We were going to go by and grab some food, I think Church's Chicken or something like that. For some reason we didn't get around to it. I think maybe they were going to close or they didn't have time, but whatever it is. So hang on, let me get past the G Unit music. Hang on. Well, it's loud down here, and I'm not talking about the music. I'm talking about the aroma. Okay, so yeah, I was telling the story that so the Church's Chicken, I was with my sister running around. This is a few years ago, and it was closed, and so I ended up getting home. And then I had to take up the groceries upstairs that I had to separate, put my groceries, I buy larger and I separate and I put in bags and everything like that. But it all needed to be cooked. I don't bring home, quick heat ups or anything like that. I in order to really maintain my diet, I had already transferred to food that I had to cook myself for the most part. And certainly that was the case with this particular food order. So I was I had separate, I think I spent maybe about half an hour just separating food, and I realized I had waited too long to eat, and I was really going strict on the keto. And that's when you don't eat, when you're super strict, you don't eat more than 800 calories in a day because you're reducing. And then your carbs, you don't exceed 50 carbs in a day. So, and then at that time, I didn't know the difference between gross carbs and net carbs. And so, really, I basically was just, the danger that happens is that if you're going to do a keto, you have to be very informed about it, because what happened was I started to suffer I think low blood sugar. And what happens with low blood sugar, because I was trying to reduce and not be diabetic. Remember, I was given a diabetic diagnosis, and this was right after that, and I was so determined I was going to reverse the symptoms of these diabetes, and I did, and I'm going to keep it reversed, by the way. Thank you very much. But at the time, I was still working on that. I wasn't insulin dependent, but I was trying to lower my A1C from a 7.6 back down into the 6 range or whatever, So, yeah. And I still got to do that. They really wanted me to get to a 5.4 or something. The doctor that I had at the time, he wasn't too concerned about that. He was anything around a 6 would be fine. The doctors I have now would love to see me get at a 5.4. So I'm going to work to try to make them proud. But anyway, this time, I just went in the opposite direction, too much low blood sugar, then you get confused. And it was the first time I'd ever experienced anything like that. I'd gotten like hungry and angry and just irritable before and just needed to eat something, but I never really had gotten to this place where it's like, wow, I'm having an emergency, and if I don't get something worth eating right now, I'm gonna be really sick. And I just had this wow bit of confusion and just did not know what was going on and did not trust myself that I'd be able to take this food that I just bought out of the freezer and cook and eat. I didn't, you know. And so literally I went walking down the street, and I was going to walk maybe to a hospital and just see what was going on. That's how confused I was. And as I was walking, I texted my sister, who had not, she was, this was in a December, as a matter of fact, and she literally came and got me and picked me up along the way. And I'm like, I think what's going on is I really think that my emergency, I don't think it's a big medical thing. I think I really just need food, like right now. I don't know, And so we went through Cane's Chicken that was open, and we got the Cane's Chicken, and we got the food. I think what it is that, I needed food. And we had that, and I started eating, and within a 10-15 minutes after having a little bit of Cane's, I was okay. So that's what it was. And since then, and that was, maybe 6 years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I forget. But since that time, I've always been really, really, really careful to have some sort of emergency something around. But I never really put myself in a position where I have to have it. There's always some sort of quick. There's always some, not necessarily quick, cheese quick. There's always some sort of something I can grab out of the fridge, grab it and just shove it in my face and start eating it or whatever. And I just try to be really, really careful. But I do want to gain muscle. I do want to lose body fat. And that's happening. But as I'm working with my workouts, I'm using a creatine powder. But I'm using a creatine powder on the days when I do the workouts to help with the muscle mass. And it works by, it's a little bit of it works by water retention in the body. So too much of it and not enough working out, not enough physical activity, you can look as if you're bloated. What you really have to do is you have to use it, and then you have the creatine with your regular dietary routines and everything like that. But you do have to do the physical activity. You do have to do it, and if not, what'll happen is that you end up getting bloated or whatever. But I don't have that. It's working for me. My friend might turn me on to it. It's not a very expensive thing at all, because basically he gave it to me. But also he said the tub of it that he gave me was probably right around $30. So that's nice, that if I decide to stick with it after I finish with this, that I can still do that. I think I'm gonna reserve it mostly for gym nights though, and gotta come out, gotta take this walk, gotta chill out too. I already feel less hyped up being here. Now, mind you, today I had lunch around 1 o'clock, and it was the equivalent of 15 chicken nuggets, because I was eating like the smaller bits out of the bag and stuff like that. So like the tempura chicken, basically, but they weren't fried. They were breaded. They were fried and breaded in the bag, But when I went to cook them, I put them on the oven, and I put just a little bit of unsalted butter on the pan to help keep it from sticking. Although this is a Teflon coated bakeware, so it shouldn't stick. But I do give it a little help once in a while, uh, because I'm using the older set, the one I've had for about 4 years. After about 4 years, it doesn't hurt, to give it a little help. But you know, what's so funny? I did order the hammered copper Gotham steel, but for me, it's like, oh my God, it's a pristine kind of situation, and I don't want to use it because once you use it, it's like, okay, it's not new anymore. But I think I'm breaking myself for that because I think I'm going to use it on February 9th. I've invited some people over to the apartment, my nephews with their families, and if they want to come, they can. If not, there's no offense. And then I'm going to invite some people from my 12-step fellowship and good friends and everything. I picked Monday because that's the night when most people that I know can have the evening off. And I'm gonna do I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna make some food and have people come over and eat food, and then we're gonna maybe put a movie on low and subtitles and let it play in the background, or some music or something like that. Maybe I'll have some music across the room playing through the Echo Dot, and then I'll have the TV on, but I'll have it down and people can read the subtitles, and that way we can have music and a movie, and then we can have food, and I'll break out some games, and I have a few different games, and we can pull out some stuff that'll suit everybody's taste. And I haven't done anything like this. Oh my God, it's been a while. I've had people over, but it was a celebration of life. It was a celebration of my brother-in-law's life who had passed. It was a few months ago. But before then, it's been a while since I had people over. So, yeah. And this is just one of those things that I'm going to do. Basically, just to get it out of my system. And that way, I can concentrate after that on getting ready to take my trip. And then, and then I'll come home after the trip and probably do something else after I rest up from the trip. So, whatever. It's so funny. That corny little thing. If you want to make God laugh, make it happens. But I think it's going to be okay. I'm doing everything that I'm setting things up in the way that the trip should be fun. People go away on extended vacations all the time. My sister's birthday's coming up. We're going to have to do something. She already knows her birthday present. I conferred with her. I got her the same set of Gotham steel that I have. But it was delayed in shipping. I guess I ordered it probably about a week later. But aside from that, by that time it was on back order. And so we had to wait about a week or so. The order that we placed got canceled, so I had to call in and reinforce that order yesterday. And of course, when I did, it was through a different it was through a different promotion, but they did have the same set. And the one thing that I'm missing out on in this case is a $50 what do you call it, incentive. Like if I were to sign up and join a club that would send me magazines, the magazine would for trying it out would give me a $50 gift card, and that's on the order for my sisters. But I missed out on that. But that's okay. On the order that I have, this is what's going to make it okay. On the order that I have, I signed up for the incentive, and it was a third party. It was a answering service that answers for Gotham Steel when they're away. It's like, really, truly. So they're speaking for you, but you should still honor. But anyway, uh, whatever. There is a clause in these special promotions that they can at any time be uh, withdrawn at the discretion, because it is kind of a bonus incentive. And I would have bought the cookware anyway. So anyway, the cookware, basically 20 piece, but the incentive for it is that if I signed up for the one thing called a Your Rewards Club or something like that, they will sign you up for $29 or something like that a month. First month is free, and then when you get the welcome letter, and I just received it, then you have to print out a couple of forms and mail them in. And what happens is they mail you the for your reward for this first month, they mail you back a $75 gift card of your choice. Mine's going to be Visa, right? Because you can use Visa anywhere. And then also a $20 rebate on the cookware that I bought. And then they signed me up for another incentive, which was the same purchase, was called some sort of safe, secure monitoring, like a activity monitoring thing where they monitor for identity theft or whatever. And that's $29 a month. But they would do the $50 incentive for the first month, and that is a Walmart card. So adding it up, 75, 85, 95, it's like $145 that I'm getting back. So I don't mind getting the not getting the other 50, because that's fine. And then my original Gotham Steel, the one that has sustained some damage, is still under warranty. So I'm undergoing the process of applying for warranty. Now, I will let you know how this works. I'm a pretty good negotiator, but I think Gotham Steel, I think they might have me beat on this one, because they have locked, stock, and sealed every single thing that can go wrong with this cookware. Every single thing that can go wrong with it. They have created an exception for the 10-year warranty. Now, when I first bought it, it was advertised and bought with a lifetime warranty. And I guess that's a little unrealistic. But I bought this from Walmart, and Walmart, from the Walmart Plus app, and it was sold with a lifetime warranty. But they had revised that, and by the time I got it, they had revised it to a 10-year warranty. And whatever. I've been happy with it. Obviously, I'm still using it. But it has sustained some chipping, and as ceramic coating will, even no matter how gentle you are with it. Have I always been gentle with it? I think maybe I've been careful with it. I've not always been perfect with it. But, the ads and everything, they take like a spinning mixer and put in the bottom of a pan, So, if I were to go by their advertisement and everything, I've been very careful, and I've been within the warranty of everything. When you do get the Gotham Steel, they do tell you it's ceramic, and it's supposed to be able to withstand high heat and everything. Everyone tells you that, and all the research says that, and it makes sense. The warranty does suggest, and I thought it was Teflon when I first got it, and that's why I went along with it too. The warranty and the instructions do suggest low to medium, and not excessively high heats. And it gives that instruction. And then it also tells you the instruction that it's safe for up to 500 degrees. So it's conflicting. It's weird. But So I'm applying for the warranty, and I'll let you know if I get it. If I don't get it, I will be like, well, it's good cookware, but the warranty is not good, and they won't honor the warranty if the warranty needs to be honored. And I feel like mine rises to the level that the warranty could be honored. But anyway, main thing is that I'm happy with it, and I am. And regardless of non-stick, and I know this, I just, you're going to end up having to replace it eventually, and about every 5 or 6 years or whatever. And I enjoy this. This is not some cheap dollar store cookware that's got like a single coating and it's gone within the first use or something like that. I mean, I've seen people like complaining. There was this one guy on YouTube that made a video of, I made bacon and there's stuff sticking to the bottom, the bacon sticking and everything. Well, that is because you've used a large amount of bacon in that fry pan, and bacon renders its own grease. And then also when you let it sit, it does cling to the non-coating. But how you get rid of any sort of non-sticking on a non-stick cookware if something does cling a little bit? You simply add hot water as you're heating the pan up, and it releases all those things, all those drippings that stick to the bottom of the pan. It releases them. And then it doesn't stick to your pan. And that is a trick that will work with just about any type of cookware. So let me pause. Gotta go get back to the house now. But still, I talked about my diet. Talked about coming out for a health walk. My diet, my health walk. I talked about good friends. I have good friends. When I mention the people in my life, it's because I'm blessed to have them. My life really is okay. Petty annoyances, bless. Today is the 16th, January 16th. It has taken them that long. I had to pay my rent via money order, and the payment app still wasn't working as of today, as of this morning. And then I consulted with my legal aid team, and within a couple of hours, the app was updated, or the website was updated with the payment that they collected through money order, because their payment tool was not working, and mine was the only one not working out of everybody's, and that was kind of weird and suspicious. So whatever. And also suspicious that I talked with the people in the office, and then of course I feel safe because they have worked with me. And they did accept the money order, but then they didn't post it, so it was really weird. So maybe they finally got it fixed. I hope so. It's certainly an annoying thing to have to be slightly paranoid about, if you know me. Okay, I'm going to dip into the casino and go to the restroom. Hang on. I'll connect back when I'm done. I haven't been here in a couple of years. Since I'm inside, I think I'm going to cruise around. I don't have any cash on me. But I'm going to loiter for a second. I just kind of want to see what they've done to the place. Hang on. No, I should face it myself. It's more spacious in here than it used to be. It used to be Hollywood, El Dorado, or something like that. Now it's Bally's. The elevator's out of order. The layout is entirely different. I don't. Oh, I guess that's where they go to play casinos. That's still the same, but some of the games are different. Elevator out of order. What does that mean for me? Stairs. I could take stairs. The boat was a lot more congested than this, the casino on the boat. You know, I don't even think that I have my player's card anymore, which I don't need. I'm not gonna get one. I literally have no cash and not much money at this point, because my money's at home. Smart thing to do when you go walk around downtown in the middle of the night is leave your cash behind. Hello. Yeah, so they have, this is where I used to come, and they had this favorite machine that I used to love to play. It was Haywire. And Haywire was one of those spin till you win things, but it was still kind of analog. And now everything's computerized, and I definitely, of course it was analog but controlled by a computer chip, so whatever. But still, I don't trust computers, because not only do they watch your activity, it's not exactly random. These are the types of machines that I used to play. So, and nothing that I would want to play today. Yes, indeed. I would play this. Huh. It's nice to know they have not forgotten those of us who like to play old-fashioned machines. There's not that many of them. But the Haywire is the only one that I've ever, you know, if you do like to play, and I'm telling you, I game probably about once every 2 years do I come here and put money in one of these machines. And then it's only like 10 or 15 bucks. It's, you know, like this is the high roller. This is the go broke. Come in here and give them your paycheck in one spin kind of thing. Not a Haywire. You know why I'm stocking this out? Not that I'm going to play any at all until I come back from my trip. But if I come back from my trip, if I want to come in here and I want to play like 10 or 15 bucks or something in a quarter machine, I am cheap, let me tell you, when it comes to stuff like this. Because I'm not really I'm not looking for the win. I'm into the fun of the game. But I'm also starting to talk and sound like an addict who's into it. I'm really not. I think it's fun that we have these things for people who do like to game once in a while, but if you find yourself hurting for it, then you might want to consider, you know, do you want to do one of the programs, you know, the GA or something like that to help you curb it? Because, yeah, that's something that I don't do. I don't like to come in and get all hyped up. This is the one I'm going to win, you know, I don't get I don't get all that crazy about it, you know. I'm like, oh, I don't like coming in and giving them $5 or $6 and not walking out with at least a soda, but that's the one this is what's up. Hey, where I get, that's the one that'll get it. That's the one that'll make me go broke. Not today. And it's not like I'm gonna come in here and dump out my piggy bank or anything. Nothing I'd be interested in, but somebody's got it marked to come back or it needs to be serviced or something. That's cool. I thought that haywire machines were a thing of the past. I only ever play on haywire machines, and I don't like playing tables. I am that kind of friend that if you're a gamer and you want to go to like a poker tournament or something like that, and you want to spend a few hours, but you want someone to, you know, be some sort of accountable to, so you go in and you know, whatever. I don't know. I'm that kind of friend that you can take, and then I will take 20 or 30 bucks, and I can go sit at one of these lower paying things and entertain myself while you're in like a playing poker or tournament or something like that or something. You know, I'm that kind of a person. I'm like the sidekick, you know. And I don't worry about bonuses or rewards or play cards or anything like that most of the time, because I never come here enough to do it. I remember right after COVID, and I think El Dorado changed the name of this casino to Hollywood or something like that. And then at some point they sent out incentives to everybody. You could come here on this day, and if you register and everything like that, then you'll get this little gift or this little that or something like that. One of the things was a single layer blow up mattress. I didn't go down to the first floor. It was a mattress, like a, you know, an air mattress. And that was kind of cool because I was just able to, we had some people that moved back to town and they were starting up an apartment with not much. And I was able to, and I had this blow up mattress that actually my sister, hang on for a second. Yeah, it was way back in the day, and they were doing like a gift a week or a gift a month or something. I don't know what it was, but they just happened to be that this was the gift that they were giving away. And my sister was like, well, I can't use it. And I'm like, well, I would love something like that because I go out on, I go away for camps or something like that. I go on a lot of trips. You always take something like that and put it on the floor for extra space in a hotel room or something. But anyway, yes, sir. Anyway, what happened was, yeah, so they moved back to town and I still had it, and actually I never got around to using it. Like, this is probably like 6 or 7 years later, I never got around to using it. And I asked my sister, I said, well, you know, maybe they could use it. She was like, yeah, that's true, they can use it. So, yeah. And then, just to get them through, you know. It's what we do for friends and family whenever we can. Can't always do it. Sometimes somebody is in need, they have a need, and for a boost, and maybe we just don't have the collective resources. In that case, we try to do all that we can, but there's not really much that we can do. I'm hoping everybody's okay. I saw policemen up there, and then I see these lights out here. Lord, no. I really hope they'll be okay. Anyway. Probably somebody hit the jackpot and had a heart attack. No, no, really. I hope whoever it is that they're here for, I hope they're okay. Let's say a little mini prayer for whoever that is for, that they're going to be okay. It's a moment of quietness. We have good people. I'm sure they're going to be okay. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Sometimes you have to, like, you come across a situation like that, you feel a little feeling about it, and then you got to let it go. Put it in the hands of God. I'm about to walk under the bridge of the G Unit studio. It's a club called the G Spot, I think. And if the music's pumping, then I will pause the phone. And it is. See you in a sec. Weirdest thing. I just saw a guy on the street who looked exactly like another guy I knew that I just met recently, as a matter of fact. Complete doppelganger, same hair and everything. Only difference is he wasn't wearing a hat, and I think he shaved. Exact. When I approached him and I said hello, he had the same voice, the same manners and everything. And he said, he told me his name, Jacob. And then, I don't know this guy, I don't know this. It was a mistaken identification, but damn was he just a doppelganger. A dead ringer for this dude. Same style, same everything, same stature, same everything. It's like wild. Very, very wild. So, I don't know. But then I just met the other dude, like, through channels, through circles or whatever, and so it probably wouldn't be the same guy, because whole different name and everything. And he, like, literally, he did not know who I was. Like, I'm like, hey, are you so-and-so? You're so-and-so. He was like, nope. He probably thought I was like the weirdest dude in the world. And sometimes I am. But anyway. Well, I'm going to go ahead and walk home. Not too much to say. I think I've already said everything. So I'm going to pause the video, or end the video now, because I'm running out of battery, and I don't want to be without battery as I'm walking home, so I'm going to end the video now. So let me just say, the goals that you have, you're going to be most successful at those goals if you're doing them for yourself, for the betterment of yourself, and then you can be of service to other people. But you can't do what other people want you to do if you don't want to do it for yourself. You know what I mean? You've got to be a part of that. Your will has to be part of that equation, and then you're going to be more successful with your physical goals, your spiritual goals, your emotional goals, whatever you want. Will it be a breeze? No. Anything worth accomplishing is always fraught with difficulty. Anything. But you know what? If you don't have goals and you don't want to go for something, no matter how small it is, if you're really content, you're still going to go through life, and life is going to be fraught with difficulties, and what matters is how you deal with those difficulties, and that's going to determine your success at achieving and maintaining serenity or not. Okay? So, love and light, God bless, peace, good night.